Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Stormworks. We are back working on our flying carrier. We got a fun little episode for you in store today, and we're going to be working on a fun little ball turret towards the back. But right now, I wanted to do a little bit of work down here on some service bay. Nothing too detailed. Next episode, we're actually going to get into a lot more work down here because we're going to have to start worrying about plumbing as we do with most of my builds. But anyways, this is just a little bit of detailing I did want to show you guys. So we are kind of already thinking about ways to refill this thing. And this is just going to be some hose access to the main fuel tank. And later on, we'll get into the plumbing and the details about all that kind of stuff a lot more down the road. But for now, you can fill that diesel tank. And from that diesel tank, you can fill an empty, or not a diesel tank, sorry guys, jet tank. And from this jet tank, you can fill and empty the other jet tanks. So that is something that I just kind of wanted to figure out while I was working down here. Now, I was working down here because I wanted access to get into the plane that wasn't just the cargo ramp. So this is kind of like a little service bay like you would see down kind of below the cockpit. Obviously, this ship's a lot larger, or not ship, this plane is a lot larger than that. So we don't really have the same kind of setup, but this is still right under the belly of the plane, and you'll have access to a bunch of computers and that kind of thing. So we're just going to call this a little maintenance area, service area, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just getting these pipes hooked up, and that should be pretty much all the work that we're really going to go ahead and do down here. I did mention earlier that we are going to get into doing a ball turret in the back, and that's pretty much what we're going to spend most of the episode on. So if you guys want to see that, definitely stick around. Definitely that will be a pretty fun one. This plane is so big that we can manage putting obnoxiously large weapons on the ball turret, and they might change depending on what you guys kind of think. But yeah, that's kind of what we got in store for the rest of the episode, really. And I'm just kind of doing random junk in the background, but none of this is really permanent. We will come back and redo a lot of things as we usually do on this channel. I will say, when I do show you guys this, I did cook up a little bit of a screen for the fuel tanks. You guys see that. And then that microcontroller will also show you the different fill levels for the different tanks. There are 3 different jet tanks, so we do have to measure 3 different values, but that is not really a concern. Overall, it's about 100,000 liters. I think it's just under. I think it's more like 95,000 liters. But yeah, that's pretty much what's in store for down here. We're not really going to get too much more into the details with this. This wall is actually going to get pushed back quite a bit, and we're actually going to shove an EMP down here so you guys have a doomsday device that you can use in the vehicle, well, in the carrier, which I do think is very fun and childish, but it's a feature that I definitely wanted to add to the carrier. So we do have a build challenge going on for this vehicle, so if you guys haven't seen that, definitely check that out. There's a link down below to that and the Discord. You kind of have to submit through the Discord, so if you're not in the Discord and you want to participate, check out both links. I will release a due date for that challenge relatively soon, guys, so keep your eyes out for that. I'll make an announcement in my Discord, and I will put it in the description for the template. But other than that, I'm going to quit rambling on about. We are going to get some building done. I'm going to show you guys this area real quick before we move on to the ball turret, but before I say that, if you guys like this series, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out a lot, and it's one of the main reasons that I really do these builds is for you guys. So the more you guys support, kind of the more motivated I am to get these done and finish them up quicker. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, that's about it. We're gonna get right into the building with this one. All right, well, we kind of did a lot. Not really, I guess. I don't know. These turrets are always just a lot of playing around with things and seeing if they work. I will say we are going to stick with the heavy autocannons. I do like the idea of the heavy autocannons. What we will do is we're going to try to get another set of autocannons in here, and then maybe some machine guns too. One of the tricky things is figuring out how all this is going to reload, so I don't necessarily have a full answer to that. I will say the autocannons can be reloaded because we're going to add a hatch up above, which you can open. That opens up to the floor, and that will give you access to the ammo drums for the autocannons. That way you will be able to refill the autocannon drums. The machine guns I'm not super sure about, but again, this is all probably going to change anyways. So this is the general thought. I do like how that looks and feels. I do think we could use a little bit more firepower though. So that is generally the idea of why I want to add the other turrets. Now, imagine you are trying to intercept this thing and you've got to dodge 4 heavy autocannons that are blasting guns at you or blasting bullets at you. So that's quite a lot, and that's kind of the point. So I wanted it to be that way. Now I'm just trying to figure out the best kind of way that we can get another set of autocannons in here. This should work, this design right here, but it does kind of look a little silly. So probably won't go with this, but just for kind of proof of concept, you guys can see, I know it's sped up right now. We're going at about 2.5 times the speed. But that is kind of the fire rate we're looking for. So I want something that's got a high enough fire rate to where, it's not really impossible to hit aerial vehicles. But I also want to have high enough firepower where if you take one of these in a plane or a helicopter, you're probably not going to be chasing us still. So that's generally the idea. The other reason I wanted it to be a little bit on the higher firepower side of things is just because I wanted you to be able to shoot at ground targets in this as well. So I know that's not necessarily super realistic. This is a chase turret, but with the amount of firepower this has on it, we definitely can shoot at ground turrets or targets if you'd like. And I do want you guys to have that option, especially if this is a manual controlled turret, something a little bit more fun. That I just want you guys to kind of have the options to shoot at more targets. So it would be pretty hard to do that with just machine guns. But I don't know. We might come back and change this. If you guys think this is overkill, which it definitely is, we can change this. And maybe I can convert it to XML machine guns or something of the sort. But I don't know. Just I guess let me know what you guys think down below. And this build's not really that far along, so we can go back and we can change things quite a bit, especially this. There's not really a lot of logic to it. It's just a basic turret, and it's all completely manual. Now, on the topic of that, I guess while you guys are down there, let me know any other features that you want to see in the aircraft carrier. We've got a lot of space in this thing. I will say one of the concerns is the file size. I would like to make this not a mission-only vehicle. If you are newer to the game has file sizes for the vehicles. It stops at 14 megabytes. After that, it starts deleting blocks when you start placing more. To get around this, there is a get around. To get around this, you have to basically spawn the vehicle with a mission editor. I would like to avoid that if possible. So I have a lot of space. We got to fill in some, fill in that space. I prefer not to just flood it all. I do want to have quite a bit of usable, workable interior on the inside, but at the same time, I am a little conscious on the file size as well, just because I know this doesn't fit in a normal workbench. You will have to have a modded workbench on in order to spawn this in like a survival world. But if it goes beyond the 14 megabytes, there's no possible way for you to spawn this. So that is kind of what I'm trying to avoid. Like to keep the file size low enough where you guys can spawn this in just a normal workbench without having to get the mission editor out. I do find the mission editor annoying, so I'm using the Echo's Bigger Workbench mod, and this thing fits in it just fine. And give me 1 second, guys. My cat is waiting at the door to get let out. All right, the cat has been freed, and this is the script I'm using for the HUD. So if you guys want that, I guess just pause. You can copy and paste it pretty much. Well, you can't copy and paste it from a YouTube video, but you can copy all of that script and write it into your own. That is the heads-up display I'm using. And the rest should be pretty self-explanatory. If not, you are more than welcome to just rip this from a vehicle once I get it posted. But anyways, that is just the little snippet of Lua. I don't have any of me doing the fluid tank, and I don't know if, you guys saw that at the beginning of the episode, but basically I didn't record that. It's just 3 different fuel tanks readouts. It's got some sliders for the fuel tank levels. That way you can kind of customize it without having to go in and edit the microcontroller itself. But I'm just yapping right now. We are trying to make these guns look a little bit better. I think that just, kind of blocking them out a little bit nicer will help. And I'm trying to find a paint color that matches that gray on the backside of the ammo drum. So we'll get all of that paint matched. I do think that looks a little bit better. Maybe we will bring this darker gray all the way down. And I think that looks a lot better with just a coat of paint. So that is pretty good. I do want to just get one kind of like bar to kind of connect these. In real life, they wouldn't necessarily be connected right there, but they probably would be connected together in some mechanical fashion. That way they would, kind of stay together. It would also make it a lot stronger. Now, I'm thinking we could probably mount some machine guns on that just to add to our firepower. So we'll see what we can do with that. I also was playing around with the idea of adding another glass window just as, another layer of protection, but I think that's kind of silly. And I think that bar looks good, but we might want to move it down a block or two just so it's a little bit less in the way of your vision. But I do think that this is a very good start for what we're looking for. Again, I don't really want this to be super effective. I don't really care. I want it to be more fun, and that's kind of what ball turrets are about, especially in video games to me. Ball turrets are really actually terrifying death traps in real life, so there's absolutely no reason that a ship or a plane this new would ever use one. It would totally be remote controlled, but it's way more fun for you guys when you play the game to be able to hop in there and kind of spin around and look down and that kind of thing. So I did want to have that just for the playability reasons of it. But other than that, it's not really going to get used too much. It's you're flying a very, very, very large plane, so it's more likely that you're just going to take missiles. And so we'll have to get into countermeasures and that kind of thing too. But obviously it's not World War II, so you're probably not going to be fighting off hordes of intercept fighters. But anyways, I know this episode's been a little bit short, but we have just been working on a ball turret. In the next episode, we're going to get a lot more into doing some interior work. I didn't want to split the videos up again, kind of try to keep the project separate. So that is pretty much all the building I got for you guys in this one. If you guys did make it to the end, as always, I appreciate it so much. If you like this build series, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And I will obviously keep pumping these videos out as soon as I can. I hopefully will be getting a little bit less busy soon, so maybe we'll go back to the 3 videos a week. I don't know though. We'll see. I'll let you guys know about all of that in one of the videos. But real quick before I go, we've just got some real-time footage of me flying the plane around, and let me just walk into the back. We'll crawl into the ball turret real quick, and we'll shoot some stuff before I say goodbye. Now, we've got our long trek to the back of the plane. Let me just hop, jump, and a skip away, I guess, actually. But let me jump up here. We're going to have to move all of that logic. It's still in the way to this day. Super annoying every time I go back there. So a note to self, move that. But we're just going to shoot this thing around. You guys can see I'm going to probably bump the sensitivity up a little bit. It's a little slow, but it is fun. The visibility is pretty good. That window bar is annoying, but it is what it is. It is Stormworks, guys. But anyways, again, that's pretty much all I got for you guys in this episode. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this series, hit that like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next episode. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.